how about ants? Those to me are the toughest things to get rid of. Bell & Howell has come up with a very unique way to get rid of them. What they do is they repel them, and they do it with an ultrasonic sound. You don't hear a thing, your pets don't hear a thing, but all the bugs will hear it and they will skedaddle. That's the best part. But you need to put one in every room, okay? That's how they work, because that technology, that ultrasonic technology, needs to go straight out in front of it. So don't put anything in front of it. But because you need to put them in each room, we give you a bunch of them. We're gonna give you a pack of 6, and you're gonna get the home and the garage pest repellers, $29.95, 3 flex payments. And it's nice because these are going to come with your extra outlets. So when you plug these in, you don't even lose the outlet. You will be able to have all your outlets intact. Lou Caputo brings us something that truly been one of our best sellers for years and years. It's because this technology works, Lou.
Oh yeah, no, it really does work. Well, and it's science too, and that's the thing that I think is so exciting about these. It's something that a lot of folks out there have never tried before, okay? They use ultrasonic sound waves to repel the pest from your house. So it's just simple sound, but it's sound that we can't hear. Human beings won't hear it, your dogs and cats won't hear it, but rats, mice, ants, roaches, spiders, they all hear it. And the way they work is simplicity itself. You plug them in and they instantly start emitting that sound wave. And Alice, that sound wave, as it travels away from this, will bounce off of every solid surface in a room, okay? So what that creates is this echo pattern, this reverb, almost like a pebble dropping into the water. You see the ripples. That's what it becomes. But we know the sound is annoying to them. Don't really know what it sounds like, but it's like fingernails on a chalkboard maybe, or like a siren. But it will drive them out of the area. Now, that's a great concept, but you have to have one in every single room, okay? So it's important that you make sure that you have one in every room in your house. Now, 6 of these, probably enough to do 1 floor of the average size house. If you got a 2-story house, I recommend getting 2. What's exciting about this, though, is that every single one of these has that extra outlet in the side. So you're not gonna lose the use of even an outlet with these, Alex. The only thing you're gonna do is probably save money on pest control.
And
that's
you will. Yeah, you'll not only save money, but you'll save your sanity. Because if you have ever had, I don't care, ants, to me, are one of the hardest things. I bought this for my dad. They were in the kitchen, went away. I had a problem, and you know, it sounds like something's, like I had a dirty house or something, because I had rats. I had rats. It was horrible. I tried everything to get rid of them. The traps, I actually resorted to poison, because it was really getting out of control. And I'm a big, you know, humane person. I tried to catch them, release them. Yeah, that didn't work so well. This just gets rid of them, but it gets rid of them just in a very humane way. They just go somewhere else. And you're looking at one of the best values, $5, $5, $5. I mean, that's pretty darn great, because once you buy these, you're done. And you're done for years. I've had mine in my house for years. I do not remember the last year that I saw even a roach, and I'm living in Florida. So that's a pretty big statement to make.
It's kind of a big deal down here. Yeah, because those 2 things we've got lots of are rats and roaches. I mean, you know, that's just a fact. We live in a swamp, let's face it. I mean, that's a fact.
Good point.
And I'll tell you something, especially right now, because it is raining like every single day. And when it rains a lot, the roaches come up through the pipes. The rats like to come in through your foundations or drop in your roof, because everybody wants to be dry. So they're trying to get away from all that. Now, you see the 5 species on your screen: rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. We are not just willy-nilly just saying that they're effective on these 5 things. But Bell & Howell paid a lot of money to have independent third-party laboratory testing done on those 5 species. Now, why just those 5? Well, those are the 5 most common that people are going to encounter, but also because the testing is so expensive. So it just made sense to do those things. But we know that they work definitively. They will repel the pests from the localized area in which they're working. Now, if you're sitting there and you're saying, well, you know what, I got other things I've tried and they work okay for me. Well, and they might. But I'll tell you what, if you're putting stuff like this out for ants, and this whole bin is full of poisons and traps and different things that you can buy for ants, I want you to think about something. This stuff wears off eventually, and when it does, they come back. That's why your pest control service comes out every single month, because it wears off, so they have to come back and put out more poison. Same thing if you've got roaches. You know, you can't use ant stuff, so you've got to now go out and buy, oh, that's the rat stuff. Hold on. You gotta go out. No, that is the roach stuff. This shouldn't be in here. You go out and you gotta buy the stuff for roaches. Now, when you buy the stuff for roaches, the same thing applies with the ants. It's gonna wear off, Alice, and then you're gonna have to buy more when you run out of it. I mean, it's a vicious cycle. But when you get down to the rats and the mice, this is where we really get medieval, because we start with all the things that are bad for mammals, which, P.S., we happen to be, and our dogs and cats are as well. So you start getting all the really heavy-duty poisons. You start getting, the crazy traps that nobody knows how to bait these things. And when they go off, there's a carcass somebody's got to deal with. All these, downsides to everything out here. But when you get the Bell & Howell pest repellers, they're going to take care of your ants. They're going to take care of your roaches. They're going to take care of the rats and the mice. And the one thing I always like to point out, they do spiders as well. There is nothing out here that you can use for spiders, except maybe you could roll up a newspaper and chase them around individually, or tent your house. And that's it. And I got that from an exterminator. So that's why these are the better mousetraps, so to speak, Alice.
Right. And I had an exterminator when I owned a house. I had an exterminating service. And in my pool area, I had just to look like Halloween, because I had so many spiders and all these cobwebs and everything. So I called them to come out, and what did they say? Oh, spiders, do you have a broom? I mean, literally, they asked me if I had a broom, so they could just knock them down. They have nothing for spiders. But let me tell you, if you have had rats, if you have had mice, you know, number one, how damaging they are. Number two, you know how hard they are to get rid of. They kind of like, living in your home. And they are horrible. You hear that little noise, in the middle of the night. It is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. You will resort to some of those really awful methods. And I'm telling you, you don't need to. Please try these. We give you 30 days to experience it. These start working right away. And this is the best configuration, because Lou, a lot of the ones that we sell, they take up the entire outlet. This one, you don't lose it. You keep the plug. So you don't have to worry about that. That's a nice thing. And we're giving that to you on each and every one of these. $5 each. So this will do 5 rooms. 5 rooms. Yep. I love using it, though, out in the garage. I think that a lot of people forget to put this out in the garage, but it will work out in the garage as well. Just keep the space clear. My dad had it at his house, and he had it behind the coffee maker. I'm like, Dad, okay, the coffee maker moves over. Right. You need a clear path. That's how it works, but these things work. We have sold literally hundreds of thousands of these. Hundreds of thousands. And that's why I say, try it. Try it for 30 days. You have 30 days in which to return it. But Lou, you want to get this home. And once you do that, you are done. To your point, why is an ant spray is different than a roach spray that's different than a, well, are there even any spider sprays? I don't even know.
There are not spider sprays. No, and that's the thing about these. That's why these are so great, is that they're so effective at all the things you're most commonly going to come into contact with, and they're humane. I mean, you just plug them in. And I want you to think about something. Bell & Howell, they've been around over 110 years. They're in 99 countries. And what did they used to do? They made film projectors and cameras. Well, audio is a big part of those two things. They've actually won awards, Academy Awards, for advancements in sound. So they put all that knowledge into these, and that's how they came up with using ultrasonic sound to get rid of the pests. And again, you can't hear them. I have them in every bedroom in my house. Cannot hear them, don't even know that they're there. My dogs could care less that they're there. Now, just to prove it to you, though, because a lot of people say, well, wait a minute, I can't see it working, I can't hear it working. How do I know this thing's working? 2 ways. One, there's a small red LED on there that flashes every time it emits an ultrasonic pulse. Now, the other way is, I'm going to show you right now, this is a device called an ultrasonic leak detector. They use it for gas pipelines. When a gas line springs a leak, natural gas, it comes out at such a fast velocity, such a high velocity, it actually creates an ultrasonic sound wave. There's a microphone in the front of this, and then there's a little meter on the front. If I hold this up to our pest repellers right here, okay, you're going to see that every time the little red LED goes on the pest repeller, you're going to see the same thing happening on the detector. So it's actually hearing the ultrasonic sound. Notice it's not reacting to my voice, no other sounds that are going on in my studio right now. But every time it hears an ultrasonic sound wave, it bounces. And there's 6 of those, or 5 of those up there, I should say. So it's hearing a couple of them, but you can see the way that that's working. So you can tell, proof positive that there is an ultrasonic sound wave coming out of that. And I've actually seen the results of the test and seen how the pests react to it. They don't like it. They want to get out of that area. Now, Alice, if somebody has, let's say, rats and mice as pets, or maybe they keep gerbils or hamsters or anything like that, just don't put these in the same room with them. just put them in the rest of the house. Oh, and by the way, you mentioned the garage. Don't forget the attic and the basement, please.
Right.
Because pests love those.
The attic is where I had all the, like, I guess the rats and mice consider that the penthouse, okay? So, yeah, right. That's the place where they used to hang out in my house. Look, with 6 of these, you're really gonna be able to do an average home, you know, which is what's so nice about this configuration. But you're getting the ones that have the outlets. So these are our best sellers. These are the ones that most people want. So you're gonna be able to save that outlet, so it's not gonna take up an outlet in every single room. Try it. See how it works for you. I think that you will discover, here's what would happen for me at least, Lou. It was after I tried it, then what I noticed is that I just didn't notice anything. I didn't hear the little scampering. I have to stop and think and go, I haven't seen a roach. I haven't seen an ant. You know, that's the nice part, is it just goes away. And that's what, it works over and over every day. It works for years. Like I said, I've had mine for years.
Right. No, and that's the thing about these. Once you plug them in, they just keep working. Whether you're home, whether you're away, whether you're asleep, it doesn't matter. They do all the work, so you don't have to. It's easy.
Listen, very popular. Don't miss out on these. We're giving you, each one of these is going to be $5. 3 flex payments if you want to put that on your credit card. Thanks, Lou, for joining us today.
My pleasure. Nice seeing you.
Nice to see you. As always, what you won't see are those pests once you get these home. But we have some other great things that we're sharing with you right now. And one of my favorite jewelry designers is back. We are so excited because I have not seen RJ Graziano in forever, but boy, Shannon, he brought us a beautiful piece.